Hey y'all, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'd like to welcome you to our neighborhood, and I hope that you decide to subscribe before you leave today. And if you're a returning visitor, I'd like to greet you with the customary, hey neighbor! On tonight's episode, I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to roast a whole chicken in a fraction of the time. So, if you're interested in learning how to spatchcock a chicken, stay tuned. And hey guys, do me a quick favor before we get started here. Go ahead and hit a little likey like and share this video. Now, without further ado, let's hop into the video. Alrighty guys, so tonight for dinner, we are going to be having chicken with vegetables, mashed potatoes, and green bean casserole. And this is a whole chicken that I have here. And so tonight I'm going to be showing you how I spatchcock the chicken. And all spatchcocking is cutting out the spine of the chicken so that you can open the chicken all the way up. So to do this, I take my kitchen shears, and I've already rinsed this chicken off and washed it and did all that. So if you look, and I took all the giblets and all of that stuff out. So this is the chicken neck, and this is kind of our guideline. So I take my shears and I just cut down the backbone of the chicken all the way down. All right, and you're gonna just cut to the side all the way until you come out of the other end. All right, so and then that's the little kind of rear end of the chicken part right here that you're looking at. And so now I'm just going to turn it so that you can see. And I'm going to grab it by that chicken neck again, and I'm going right down the side of the chicken. Of the bone. So right down the side of the chicken neck, take your shears, and you're just going to cut. Okay? You'll hear a little cracking every now and then, but it's perfectly fine. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and snip all of that out. So what you end up with is this part of the chicken. And honestly, I don't discard this. I just save it, and so whenever I need to make some chicken stock, or especially if I'm making like dressing or something, I'll boil this down with my vegetables and make a really, really good stock. So I'm just gonna kind of toss that to the side for a minute. All right, so what you end up with now, you have the chicken kind of wide open, and I am going to go off camera once I get this done and rinse this again, but I'm gonna show you one more step. So once you have the chicken open, you're going to flip it over. And the point is to make it lay flat. Now, to get this to lay flat, I'm trying to make sure I have y'all in the camera. I'm going to take my hand and press down on the breastbone. So basically what I just did was cracked this bone that's here in the chicken, and that is going to make it lie down completely flat. So I'm going to go off camera here, get this rinsed up just a little bit, get this wiped down, and then we're going to start our seasoning process, and I'm going to show you how I like to season up my chicken and how I arrange my vegetables for this really, really quick dinner. Alright, so now I'm going to start seasoning our chicken up, and I am going to handle the chicken with my left hand and touch my seasonings with the right. So make sure you do the inside. So we're going to do the inside of the chicken and we're going to do the opposite, like the outside of the chicken. Some people neglect the inside, but you want all of this to be seasoned up really nicely. So I'm gonna go in and sprinkle a nice little hefty portion of Slap Your Mama. Y'all know that's my favorite seasoning. I'm also going to go in with a little lemon pepper seasoning. And I'm going to add some fresh lemon to it as well once it's done cooking. I'm gonna go in with just a smidge of poultry seasoning. And since I'm adding poultry seasoning, I won't add the thyme and rosemary individually. Tonight I'm going to be using a little bit of ground turmeric. And that just adds a little bit of a different flavor. But I also use ground turmeric for its healing properties. So you'll be seeing me use a little bit more of turmeric. I've had it in the cabinet for a while. I'm going in with some black pepper here. I've had it in the cabinet for a while, but neglected using it. So I'm going to be bringing it back out. So now that we have the inside of this seasoned up generously, I'm going to take my left hand and flip it over, and we are going to season up this side the same exact way. So a little bit of Slap Your Mama, little bit of lemon pepper, okay, some poultry seasoning, make sure I get that wing real good, turmeric, and black pepper. And y'all know when I use the Slap Your Mama seasoning, I don't go back in with any other kind of salt product because that does have a high salt content in it. So now I'm going to grab my dish. So I'm going to be using this red roasting dish here, and I'm going to get it picked up and placed over in the roasting dish. All right, now I'm going to get this placed in the roasting dish, and you want your thighs flipped outward like this. And then I'm going to take these wings and tuck them under. I'm just gonna wash my hand here in a minute. So take that wing. You don't want it to cook too fast. All right. And then I have one more flavor component that I'm going to add, but let me get my hands washed up, get the counter cleaned off, and then we'll add in our vegetables and our last step. So we are almost done with our chicken. Off camera tonight, I'm going to roast a few vegetables with this, and I'm just doing, I quartered up some onion, celery that I needed to use up, and carrots. And so I'm just going to take this and kind of assemble it around the chicken. And these the chicken juices are going to serve as a great seasoner for our vegetables. And if you wanted to, you could easily do red potatoes or something with this. Tonight, I'm just deciding to roast just these because we're going to have mashed potatoes. And then there is one other additive. So I'm going to take a little bit of, well, I had said that I was going to use, well, I'm going to take a little bit of olive oil. and drizzle it over the veggies. Not much, just a little. Just a little bitty bit. And then I'm going to take butter and drizzle it. And I meant to do this before I really started seasoning the chicken, but we're gonna drizzle some butter over the chicken as well as our veggies. This is gonna be so delicious. And this is great. Like, it's Sunday, so this is going to be a quick Sunday dinner for us. But I mean, I've done this on the weeknights and it's just as well. Now, the special feature for tonight is going to be this Italian dressing seasoning mix, and it's the salad dressing and recipe mix. So it's the powder, and I am going to take that and drizzle it all over, not drizzle it, sprinkle it on the veggies. And I'm also gonna add it to my chicken. And that's another reason why I didn't put salt. I didn't put a lot of salt because I'm following it up with this. And so I'm not going to use the whole packet of the dressing. I'm just going to discard the other. And then I'm going to top it with just a little hit of Slap Your Mama, because the vegetables are a part of our meal as well. And now it is time to roast this bad boy. One more thing, my bad, chicken broth. Hold on. So the chicken is going to make its own juices, but I won't be covering this. So I'm going to add about 8 ounces or so. So about a cup of chicken broth. So I'm gonna do like 4 ounces over here. Right. So that it just covers the bottom, so that it starts to steam. And then once the chicken starts to make its own juice, we'll be good to go. And it's just enough to cover the bottom of the dish. So this is what we look like going in. We're gonna go into a 350-degree oven for about an hour, or until the chicken measures at 165 in the breast. So I'm gonna pop it in and I'll let you see it when it comes out. So here is the final product of the spatchcock chicken, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can get an up close view of it. It looks so delicious. So I'm actually going to let it rest for about 15 minutes before I cut into it. But the vegetables are nice and tender, and they've been seasoned by the juices of the chicken. And so everything looks absolutely phenomenal. And we are going to get ready to enjoy a fairly quick but delicious dinner. I did let this cook for an hour and roughly 15 minutes. So I let it cook for an hour and 15 minutes to make sure that it was done. And then while it was cooking, I did baste it. And so the way I did that was I just kind of leaned it over like this, gathered some of the juice, and then poured it over the chicken to help keep it moist, because you know I cooked it uncovered. But spatchcocking your chicken is one way to ensure that, you know, it doesn't take all day to cook it, and it's a really easy way. So as always, thank you so much for watching. If you are new to our neighborhood, make sure that you subscribe And until next time, bye neighbors.